good morning, or as ET would say, thank God it's Monday. You probably do it with a little more excitement than that, but anyway, so what we're going to start doing is I'm going to create a little bit of a video series. I'm going to try and do it every Monday. I'm going to call it Mental Mondays, and every Monday I'll pop out a video that's based around mental performance, mainly in my genre of golf, but you can take it and share it and spread it into other sports, potentially even business and other bits and pieces. But we're going to start with this, and if you want to join me on the ride and start the day every time it does pop out a video, subscribe down below. Certainly have some comments on how you find this particular one, and it should be a fun little journey as I try and share everything I've learnt along the way. Certainly made enough mistakes, so hopefully I've got some lessons to share. Today we're going to start with some just putting visualization, or basically visualization in and of itself. How it works, a couple different ways to do it, why it's important, not only how, and then how to do it, and then when to do it. Those are the few things, because obviously it's one thing saying, hey, do this, but then you need to know how. And then also, if you have enough reasons, then you'll stick with it, so I need to give you the why too. And that's probably a good place to start, with the why. So, why visualize? Generally, our brain's a wonderful tool. Whatever we see, our unconscious mind can't really tell the difference between it happening and not happening. So if we visualize something happening, like in this case, like we're going to experiment with, putting, you visualize the outcome you want, the chances of it happening are dramatically increased. Also, it leaves an imprint. So if you visualize a good result, you start to believe that you actually are someone that holds putts. It's like you to putt. We won't go too far down the track of what imprints are and bits and pieces. It's another whole topic for another Mental Monday. But for the moment, the main reason why you would do it is it helps you believe that it is like you to do that. The next step would be basically how. So number one way of doing it is standing there behind the putt and actually seeing the ball roll end over end and go in the hole. You got to do it before you see it. Not only that, you can see the pace in which it falls in the hole. If it's a slow greens or slow putts, or if you find yourself leaving it short a lot, you can hit it a bit. You can visualize it going in the hole faster. That way, you'll end up hitting it at a better speed. If you feel psyched out by the greens being fast or the situation being rapid downhill, down grain, just visualize the ball going slowly and falling in the front of the cup. Okay. Some people see the ball moving in dots or lines. Some people just see a line, the ball goes on. There's no right way or wrong way. It might be black or white, it might be full color. Doesn't matter. It's up to you. It's just a case of making sure that before you hit the putt, see it going in the hole. Commit to that process. And if you make that a goal for the day, now we're stepping into process goals, which is another different Monday. Got lots to do, haven't I? Lots of Mondays to come. You want to make sure before you go play, say today, my main focus is going to be see the ball go in the hole before I hit every putt. And that's a good place to start with the whole journey on visualization. Once that's a habit, then you can step into pitching with the same process, and then finally into full swings. But it's a lot easier to start with a nice, short, simple, fairly closed skill in putting. Last but not least, obviously we've covered why it's beneficial, I think. Have we not? The when. How can I forget that? So we've got the why, because it makes you believe that it's like you to do it. We've covered the how, within reason. You've got to see it going in. Even just video someone holding putts and just record it, and you'll start to believe. Now, obviously, the last is when. So I generally like to visualize it before I hit the putt. I'll stand directly behind it before I start my action phase. So after the preload, in other words, after we read the green, we stand there in the preparation phase, and I see it going in the hole. Either way it's going, I'll make sure before I start, I see it happening right behind me, and then I walk straight up and just pull the trigger. It's probably the best place to do it. If you do it too far soon, too far before you do the skill, I think it will still have some effect, might not be as powerful. But just find your own time when you can stand there and see it going in. That's the best time to do it. So hopefully you know why, because it's good for your self-image. It makes you believe you can putt. You can experiment with the how. You need to find your own way of doing it. And then the when, I would suggest just before you start your routine and line up and set up and pull the trigger. Seeing is believing. All right, I hope that was beneficial. Put it to the test. Comment down below how you experience or how you visualize it or how you see it. It would be very interesting. I can learn from you, no doubt. And let me know which other ones you'd like to tackle as far as mental performance goes. Thanks for your time.